It feels like something. It feels like something. Oh, what is your here you go. Well, my name is Bud. Okay, what am I gonna play? I don't know. Guys, I guess I'm gonna play. No, at least I'll play the boom. I don't watch Netflix.
Come on, make a decision. Okay. What? Nice. Distract out. We don't have that. It's Mario's phone. Oh. And then this time if you do it, yeah. I was overthinking it. But you know what happened, guys? So not the colorful ones? Oh, really? Yes. No problem. The work class. But my old yeah, man. Just don't know. Thanks, Dad. I didn't take a village to raise them. Not like that. Yes. When we get the conversation, in Jamaica, you can't go run! No, Jennifer, no, I did a question for you about that one thing. Yeah. Alright. You know that? And then the carry that gun. Don't cry. Don't cry. Stop crying. There's finger on my shoe, right? That's it.
You guys can see my password. There you are, okay.
Thank you, Milo. Yeah, it's not really. Wow. I'll send you from my phone for me. Send you for me? I didn't send it for you. I was deleting an email from school, but I didn't want to. There's a flu outbreak. What? I'm sorry. I was hoping we could caught 2 parents ago. I don't want you to risk your health. But I can still go, right, Mom? I'm totally healthy. Honey, we have to keep it that way. I'm so sorry. This breaks my heart. I can't go.
Mario, I'm going to call them. Stop here and come for your partner money.
Yeah.
Anyway, find this.
These guys.
Me ask me now. Well, if we have.
Buy Chinese food by the sun.
I super happy. Congratulations. Oh, well, yeah, at work? Oh, you're not coming back outside, right? Your partner. Don't forget the bag, the plastic bag. You never get it yet. Okay. So when you're coming over here? The partner? Okay. One and a partner. How much again? 1,009. Oh, go. 1,970.
No, never get to 2000. Yes, 2000 come. Yeah, man. Rain or fall, if you don't want to come, you don't come.
No, not today. I'm not coming back
Tomorrow.
outside.
Tomorrow. Carry Kenisha partner money for me.
Okay.
Alright, you know your bed. Okay. Alright then. Bye.
Thank you.
Baby, you're going too. You can't cancel
So,
my
G,
Like,
you knew you make your brock, catch your brock.
I know I have to tell him, but I really don't want to.
No.
Yeah, I
Not you.
Not true something though.
Why would I say you?
Thanks, Gabe.
I'm not gonna like the Aiden, please.
No, we're not.
Get off.
Really?
And you could get away from the chair.
Yeah, I told her
Okay.
no. Then she left.
That's not my voice. That's my drum. Hello. Anyways, I'm gonna put in my password first. No. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. It's my account.
Down and eat your food like a dog. If you think of Tu B'Shvat, the Jewish equivalent of Arbor Day. Thank you, I'll remember.
Which classroom is Sunny's?
I told Mr. Poe that we would have room for a baby here, but not in a classroom. I've always wanted an administrative assistant, but there was never a budget for it. Now I have Sunny. Alright, off to your shack. Genius needs his rehearsal time. Order! What now? Children!
Yes, Principal Nero, you said you wanted to see us? We've been waiting for a really long time.
Come in. Come in. So, orphans. How'd you like to move into a broom closet?
This place has hardly changed since I was expelled.
Hey, boss, what do you want us to do with all the stuff we found on the bus?
We may still have use for it. Matriculating into Prufrock Prep won't be easy, and I was quite the disciplinary problem during my semester and a half.
And you think they'll recognize you and they're still mad about your time as a schoolboy?
Why wouldn't they be?
No, then. No reason. It's just, it was a long time ago. Let's see what we got yet. Mascot costume, front half.
Good.
Mascot costume, back half.
Better.
32 hot dogs, 31 hot dog buns.
Intriguing.
A variety of pennants, cheerleader uniforms, sweaty athletic clothes, hula hoops, and one school banner.
Okay.
That's everything.
We are going to hatch a complicated plot, and these are our raw materials?
Hot dogs are actually pre-cooked.
Must I do everything myself? I know you're hiding somewhere.
do we have here?
You told me you got everything.
We did, boss.
Then explain that to these!
Let's move out. Curses!
This is not Count Olaf.
This is going to be harder than I thought.
What do we do now, boss?
The same thing that got me through 8th grade. Find a safe place to hide.
Vice Principal Nero, I don't mean to interrupt the genius when he's rehearsing.
I was already interrupted. I just spent 20 minutes explaining to 3 orphans that they had to live in a shack.
That's awful.
We always put the new orphans in a shack.
No, I mean it's awful that it took you 20 minutes to explain it.
Why are you here?
Why are any of us here? Life is thickly sown with thorns, and I know no other remedy than to pass quickly through them. Voltaire said that.
I thought we expelled that French kid for smoking.
I'm following up on the last time I followed up to ask about keeping the library open for more than just 10 minutes a day.
Out of the question. I spent the budget on a new violin case with a ruby handle.
But it doesn't actually cost any more money just to leave the library door unlocked for a few more minutes.
There are other reasons, but I don't have time to explain.
Fine, then I'll wait!
It's because I don't like you very much. My hands are tied on this!
You dropped this.
I wish I had dropped it right on his head. Too bad we can't fix stupidity at the vice principal level.
In a world too often governed by corruption and arrogance, it can be difficult to stay true to one's literary and philosophical principles.
I've often thought that exact thing.
Most librarians have.
Oh, how did you know I was a librarian?
There's a certain gleam in the eye indicating a sharp, erudite acumen. Also, you have a cart full of books. Do you know where I might find 3 children who recently enrolled?
I do, but frankly, I don't think I should share that information with someone who's not a member of the faculty.
I'm a member of the faculty.
I've never seen you around.
I work in the cafeteria.
Ah, that checks out. I make it a point to never eat there.
Oh, hello, little girl.
Who said you could speak to me? Let me go. Children can be cruel.
The whole world is cruel. School is just a microcosm.
Are you sure you're all right?
Why do you ask?
The cafeteria's the other way.
But the nurse is this way.
Making a mountain out of a molehill simply means making a big deal out of a small deal. And it's easy to see how this expression came about. Molehills are simply mounds of earth serving as condominiums for small mammals. And they have never caused anyone any harm except for maybe a stubbed toe if you're being pushed by a bully.
I hate your face!
Mountains, however, are very large mounds of earth and are constantly causing problems, from frostbite to protracted border disputes, hang gliding mishaps, which is why when we call something a mountain, we mean that it is a large amount of trouble. Vice Principal Nero described the shack where the Baudelaires were living. He was not making a mountain out of a molehill. If anything,
Small. Even for a shack.
he was making a molehill out of a mountain.
Crabs.
Oh, shucks, crabs. Fungus.
Her shack has dripping fungus.
Their shack had misinformation.
This is ridiculous. We can fix it up a little. I don't mean this shack, I mean this school. Orphans shouldn't be punished for not having parents. And who ties people's hands behind their back to eat?
I know, but We have to think about the bigger picture. Our parents were a part of something. Our guardians, too. It might be the reason all these terrible things keep happening.
We'll never find out what it is if we're stuck here.
This is a school. Let's see what we can learn.
Good morning, class, including our latest orphan. My name is Mr. Remora, and today, for language arts, I will continue telling anecdotes from my own life that I find amusing. You'll take notes, and later on there will be a test. Okay, now one day, I think it was a Tuesday, I was in the mood for macaroni and cheese, so I said to myself today, Tuesday, I think I'll have some macaroni and cheese. It's important to remember it wasn't elbow macaroni or the decorative butterfly kind, or even macaroni. Indeed, it was not.
Good morning, children. May I have your undivided attention? And that includes you, Daniel. I understand we have a brand new orphan today. It must be difficult for you to measure how unhappy you are without your parents, but we're gonna try. My name is Mrs. Bass, and we'll continue our lessons on the metric system by measuring various objects. Later we'll have a quiz. The first thing to measure is this half-empty jar of low-calorie mayonnaise I found in my garage.
Next letter. Dear Juilliard School of Music, I was confused by your restraining order of October 13th.
Faster! Type like a 1-year-old!
Where was I? Dear Juilliard School of Music, I was baffled by your restraining order of October the 13th. What did I do?
You call those jumping jacks? I've seen better jumping jacks for old people!
Hiding under the bleachers again, just like so many youthful days spent hatching plans and looking for cigarette butts.
Were you unpopular, boss? I know how that feels.
No, I was a rebel.
I bet people were jealous of your looks, unless you were a late bloomer.
I was not a late bloomer. Girls were falling all over me in school, and not just because I would extend my leg when they walked by. I was a lone wolf, a mysterious stranger, a member of the drama club. School is obviously desperate for my return, but that advanced computer prevents us from simply waltzing in the front door. We need someone on the inside. A student who will help us infiltrate, if infiltrate is what I mean.
Do you mean to penetrate an institution surreptitiously?
What kind of school kid's gonna help us?
Hey, Cake Sniffer, you're as ugly as something I found in my tank recently!
Little girl.
Little girl? I'm 4'7".
That's a pretty brooch you have.
Make me an offer.
I like you. You're not an orphan, are you?
Do I look like I live in a shack?
Meet me under the bleachers after school.
How was your first day?
I heard nothing but boring and pointless stories.
Well, that's language arts. I spent the morning writing down meaningless measurements.
That's math. How was work, Sonny?
We've been in class all day, but we haven't learned a thing.
There has to be someone who can answer all our questions.
Hello, I'm Larry, your waiter.
We know you.
Of course you do. I work in the cafeteria. See my hairnet?
Well, my sister means, as we read before, you were the waiter of the restaurant in my Blackrose.
You were dressed as a clown.
You gave us peppermints.
Peppermints are not a recognized part of the school lunch program, but I do have something very important to give you.
Does it have to do with our parents?
Our guardians.
All your questions will be answered as soon as I give you... Oh, wait. I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
Cake Sniffers, I deserve a heaping portion because I'm heapingly adorable.
You can wait in line like everyone else, Carmelita.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I don't have to wait in line. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Vice Principal Nero likes me best, and there's a special beef and bean burrito with a little ribbon on it just for me.
This is my lunch that I brought from home.
What did you have for us?
Give it to me. Explain how adorable I am!
Look at her pinafore.
Look at her pretty little face.
I'm sorry, I have to go look for something.
What were you going to give us?
macaroni and cheese. And boiled wieners. Oh, thank you.
I guess they were late to class.
As if eating cafeteria food isn't punishing enough.
Baudelaire, there's some open seats at my table, but I'm afraid it's a cake sniffer free zone. Cake sniffing orphans in the orphan shack. 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 Leave them alone, Carmelita. You're the cake sniffer, and nobody in their right mind would want to be with you anyway. Come sit with us.
You'll have to forgive Carmelita. She's so awful, Mrs. Bass is considering a life of crime. My sister wrote a poem about her.
I would rather eat a bowl of vampire bats than spend an hour with Carmelita Spats.
That's a couplet. Ogden Nash uses them.
I know, I've read all of his work. I'm Isadora Quagmire, and this is my brother
No!
Baudelaire, and this is my brother Klaus and my sister Sunny.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, I like Carmelita.
We should warn you about the apples. They taste like horseradish.
Everything seems distasteful in this place.
I hope you're surviving the orphan shack.
It's pretty awful. We were living there until yesterday.
You're orphans too.
We lost our parents in a terrible fire. And our brother Quigley.
We were triplets.
Very sorry to hear that.
We lost our parents in a fire as well. It's not fair. 1 minute you're safe and happy and home. And the next,
you're in a shack full of crabs. At least we can do something about the crabs. How did you guys deal with them? We taped metal to the bottoms of our shoes to be extra noisy.
It scared the crabs, but it was exhausting having to tap dance all the time.
Nobody likes tap dancing.
Cake sniffing orphans in the orphan shack. Cake sniffing orphans in the orphan shack.
She's been even worse since Vice Principal Nero got her those tap shoes. I bet I could invent something less exhausting than tap shoes, but I'll need some materials. Can everybody empty their pockets? Of our parents' home.
I think we need to talk.
We found it in the ashes. We'd never seen it before. Can't be a coincidence. 2 fires, 2 halves of a spyglass.
I think it's more than a spyglass. See, there are dials, similar to ones I write about for cracking codes.
Why would our parents have a device for cracking codes?
Why would our parents have the same device?
They must have known each other.
So why don't we know each other? It's like they were hiding all this stuff.
Thanks, Sunny. Maybe they were gonna tell us, they just never got the chance.
Maybe they were hiding it for a reason.
You mean because it's dangerous?
Maybe. You're sure you never heard of Counter-Off?
I'm sure. But since we lost our parents, we've seen a lot of things we can't explain. Us too. It has to be connected. That's a little better. Scaring the crabs, and it gives the place a little style.
That's a lot better. At Aunt Josephine's house we found a book that looked like it might contain some answers. But we lost it in a hurricane before we had a chance to read it.
Did it look like this book? Our last guardian lost it in the safe after she lost her wife. If we all saw the same book, there has to be more copies.
But how can we find one?
Is the school library open?
Not for long.
After this incident, this is a decent burial. But you told me you like to kill mockingbirds, so I did it for you.
This is your last chance, Spats. Next time I call your mother and I steal your shoes.
I smell people who lost their parents in fires.
Quagmires. And the Baudelaires. Lovely to see you, and together, I might add. Are you still open? I'm afraid I was just locking up. 10 minutes goes by real fast, but you can come back tomorrow. We can't wait until tomorrow, please. We're trying to find a book.
An important book.
You think it might have the answers to all of our questions?
What's the title?
The Incomplete History of Secret Organizations.
Let me see what I can do. We only have a few minutes before Vice Principal Nero comes by on his rounds. If he catches you here, he'll make you trim his toenails. He wouldn't. He would. He would. You don't happen to know its Dewey Decibel number.
We don't even know who wrote it.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for. See. Incomplete history of secret organizations. I'm sorry.
You don't have it.
Due to budget cuts, crumbling infrastructure, and the priorities of a certain vice principal, this place has become something of a faltering institution. Although, I do have a few other books that I think you might like. The Incomplete History of Treachery. The Incomplete History of Pretentiousness. Or The Incomplete History of History.
That does sound fascinating, but...
I know. In every library, there is a single book to answer the question that burns like a fire in the mind. Where did you hear that? I don't know. I must have read it somewhere. Why? Our father said that once. It's awful, isn't it, to have people missing from your life? It's like a question that haunts you night and day, and you never know if that question will ever be answered.
We think it might be. With the right book.
I see. Well, a friend of mine is sending me some new titles now that she's abandoned her dissertation to become a welterweight boxer. I'll ask her about it, and you can check back with me in a day or so.
Do you mind if we have a look around?
Drat, Vice Principal Nero will be here.
Vice Principal Nero will be here. Vice Principal Nero is already here, and this library is supposed to be closed.
It is closed, and it's empty. You must be having a bad dream.
Tell me what time you want. Darn it. I need you to report to the athletic field in 10 minutes. Attendance is mandatory. Mandatory means anyone who doesn't come has to buy me a bag of candy and watch me eat it.
He wouldn't. He would.
I would. This is a very exciting day for me, so you 3 orphans and you 2 twins should be excited too.
The Quagmires are triplets, not twins.
Twins is what you call triplets when one of them burns to a crisp. If you'll excuse me, I have to get my violin for the pep rally.
Welcome to Prufrock Prep, Baudelaires. In a world too often governed by corruption and arrogance, it can be difficult to stay true to one's philosophical and literary principles.
We wholeheartedly agree.
All decent people do.
I really wanted to find that book.
We still could. We'll make a plan after the pep rally. I don't know what's worse, the word.
Alright, guys. I've been recording for a long time, guys. So I want to play Kaboom. Yes? Huh? Okay. I'm sorry. That's my sister, by the way. Yeah, you have a sister named Adriana? Ooh, what did you get, chocolate? I got vanilla. Grenade, guys. What did you think? I'm sorry that I'm doing this video yesterday. Got it. So good. I tried to beat him again. Oh, sing it! I hear somebody. Hit that. Gotta make it. Come on. Guys, if I win Smash Bros. Somebody behind you guys. What is I see him. I'm not done. He had the high ground the whole time. First place. In the first place. I died 24 times. Let's go. Right. I should buy I'm sorry. Suicide. Yeah, I like this game a lot. It's like Fortnite. Oh my god. Okay. What else is button. And he used the same weapon. Gosh, he used the same weapon. Oh, I feel like a noob. Oh, he headshotted me. Yeah, I did. Oh wow, I shotgunned him. I was right behind him. Okay, every time I get to a huge load on me, yay! Think I don't see you? Think I don't see you? Whoa! Oh no, I didn't get him. Cause I heard him cry. I thought that was him. Nope, guy right here. He's getting this. Oh, I'm trying him. Oh, how I did. I'm watching this video, I'm not a hacker. Oh, that's how I am. Not. Right over here. I need an 8 shoot. What the? Oh, I got in here. Oh my gosh, the guy behind me. What the heck? What the? What do you want? There's a guy behind me the whole time, dude. I didn't even know. I thought there was another guy. Like, he was over there. Oh my god! Alright, warm up. Okay. Let's go. guys right here. There are 2 guys. Oh. Did you not headshot? What? Oh, I got 2nd place. The rank was 2. I think I won. Oh, I won. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Good night. And if you posted the video.
Almost time for the news, Grandma.
So yeah. Bye, guys. I'm not leaving. I'm just kidding. Do you remember? Oh my gosh, brother. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna, go on Discord. I'm gonna play Discord, guys. Guys, I'm gonna bake. So I'm gonna do a vlog. Like, I'm literally gonna do a vlog. Like, vlog one. Anyway, guys. Shout out to Jackson Art Little cat fan. Who else? Jenga Hagane. The only Roblox player. And more people. I'm gonna say the name. I don't care if you guys hack me because is Nick my friend? It says yo guys. Guys, shout outs to these people. I hope you guys will enjoy and yeah. Shout outs to these people. Okay. I'm going slow. See guys, all the people I'll be sharing out, and guys, I'm just gonna, you know. And if you guys want me to do that again, hold on guys. I don't know who is this. Like, he has a Twitch. I have a Twitch. So I can go to his YouTube channel. Oh. That's him, dude. Anyways, guys, this is him. He plays cats. So I'll see this. Let me see.
Mariska, why didn't you close the door? Don't close the door. Leave me alone, Mar! 39. Where is thingamajig? Purchases, no. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Oh yeah. My channel. Purchases, no. What's it called? What? Toby, check your notifications. Audio is not working.
Yo, what should I say, dude? Should I say I subscribed? Like, what should I say? You know what, guys? I'm gonna message him. I subbed. He's up like at 12. Well, he's on the line. Jasmine of Germany. Yeah, guys. So, yeah. I'm gonna keep watching Netflix. Guys, if you like right here, literally there's like a banana ball in my hand. It looks so white. It's so white.
All decent people do.
I really wanted to find that book.
We still could. We'll make a plan after I don't know what's worse, the word pep or the word rally. They last for hours. We'll take in some fruit from the dorm. We'll bring some for you too, Little Hairs. Thank you. It's no trouble. Our broom closet's next to the fruit bowl. I don't mean for the fruit. I mean for making us feel at home.
You haven't felt at home anywhere for a long time.
Well, I'm sure you already know. What?
What
What fronts are for?